What did you just say?
Her maiden name is Standish. She used to talk about her twin sister Faith all the time. The last time I saw her, she was on her way to Boston.
He knows me, Sam. There's no other way he could know these things about me.
I know a lot more about you than that, Grace. We were married.
Stop saying that. She is my wife, and I won't allow you to manipulate her with your lies.
They're not lies. Look, I understand you want to protect Grace. You love her. But so do I. And I loved her long before you ever came into her life.
No, I don't remember you. How could we have been married?
It's easy, because you weren't. He's making this whole thing up for some twisted reason I haven't figured out yet.
Now I know why you didn't recognize me when you first saw me. What happened in Boston? How did you lose your memory?
It was a fire. It was an awful...
Don't say anything more, Grace. He doesn't need to know more than he already does.
I beg to differ. As her husband,
that is enough! I will not allow you to upset my wife anymore.
Wait, I haven't figured out. You have got me mistaken for my identical sister, Faith. But she died a few years ago.
No, Grace. You're the one. You're the one I married. You're the woman I fell in love with. Whether this chump likes it or not. You've got to believe me. I searched for years for you. I'd completely given up hope of ever finding you. Until I spotted that magazine article about your house being swallowed into the ground. When I saw your photo, I dropped everything and I rushed to Harmony.
Well, why didn't you pick up the phone? Or try to contact her like a normal person? No. You've been spying on her for days, scaring the hell out of her.
I'm sorry. I was afraid.
Afraid of what?
Of being rejected by the woman I loved who had already left me once. Of finding out that she'd forgotten all about me and moved on with her life. Of this, I guess. But being locked up is nothing in comparison to realizing that you've forgotten everything we ever had. Everything we ever did.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize to him, Grace.
Try, Grace. Try to remember. I know you have amnesia, but try to think back. Try to remember what we had. We were so close.
No closer.
You can do it, Grace. You can break through the walls of amnesia.
I'm trying.
Remember Nantucket? We went there on a honeymoon. It rained the whole of the first week. You were so disappointed. And then the morning of the day we were supposed to leave, we woke up to the most beautiful sunrise. You called it the most glorious dawn you'd ever seen. We walked on the beach and you picked up these shells. And you said you'd keep them forever. You said you'd never forget that day for as long as you lived.
Well, then why don't I remember?
Try, Grace. You can't.
That
just have to concentrate.
Enough. I'm not gonna let you upset my wife more than you already have. Come on, Grace, let's go.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. She's my wife. You're my wife, Grace. You came back. So you remember.
How could she remember something that never happened?
But it did. How else would I have remembered everything else about Grace's past?
By reading any one of a number of newspapers. It's all here, Hastings. Anybody could have found out the things you knew about Grace. It's over.
I never read any of this in a news report.
Liar.
Listen, I don't expect him to believe me, but somewhere inside, some part of you must know that I'm not making this up.
You don't have one bit of verifiable proof that you even knew Grace. Not even a picture. Which is pretty lame for a professional photographer.
I
if you ask
already
me.
told you I lost all my possessions at sea.
My wife has been through enough in her life without some psycho stalker showing up out of the blue to torture her about the past she can't remember. You've conned the wrong guy, buddy. Now it's time to pay for your mistake.
You're my wife, Grace. Sooner or later, I'm gonna get you